Well, hello everyone. The Ontario Gardener here, back with another crazy pasta automation tutorial. Today's video, we're going to be talking about lasagna. Now, is it automatable? Of course. Is it practical? No. Will this fit in any, non-custom map space layout? No. I'm pretty sure one. Now, you could teleport. You could do this and teleport it up. You could do this and teleport it up. You could do this. I mean, so the answer is yes. But is it practical? No. And here, because I'm using 3 trays, I'm using two prep stations, I'm using two pot stacks. Like, could you do this with one pot stack and one tray? Yes, but it would be very, very tedious, and I wouldn't recommend it. It can be done. It's not feasible, honestly. It's just not. So let's explain what we have here. Let's start over here. So this is basically you're making the bolognese, which we've seen before in my other tutorials. So basically we have a pot combining the pot onto a sauced tomato in a sense. That because this is a conveyor mixture is pushing onto this one. This is combining onto that. That is then going to combine with the cooked mince or the cooked meat. We call it, hamburger or ground beef over here. Over in Europe, I guess it's called mince. Same difference. And then that is using a smart grabber going to this combiner, which that's going to combine it onto the tray. Right? That cycle is done. It'll bring back the empty pots. Here's your pasta sheets. You don't have to do anything with the pasta sheets. You don't have to cook them like you do spaghetti. That's basically going to combine onto the tray as the tray rotates. Now, next thing is you're making your white sauce, which is basically to make your roux. You have a pot, same setup over here, pretty much exactly the same, just with a couple different, not this, but this instead. The pot's going to combine with the flour, which is going to combine with the butter. Now, the butter will not cook or mix or do anything on the heated mixer because butter doesn't do anything. You can't do anything with it. It's just an additive. It doesn't. It's like the pasta sheet. The pasta sheet you could put on a mixer, nothing would happen. It wouldn't do anything. So that's going to combine the pot onto the flour on into the butter, which that will then cook. Then it will do its first combination with milk. It'll mix, do a second combination of milk, mix again, and then it'll send it over to here. And then these trays will just cycle on themselves. These pots will cycle when they're empty. It's kind of like a mirrored setup, just slightly different. But I mean, this basic setup here is the same. It's just here you have one extra ingredient. Here you have the mince and you have the tomato. That's it. Here you have the roux, which is the added flour and the butter. But you're basically doing the same thing. Now, could you use a heated mixer here? Yeah, it wouldn't do anything. It's slower than a safety hob, so I wouldn't recommend it. Could you use a safety hob here? Yeah, but a danger hob is fine because because you have the portion down here, it will only ever back up 1, 2, 3. It'll never back up here. And you never want to you always have to have a free space. You don't want to try to put 4 trays onto a 4 block here because they won't cycle. You have to have a free space for each thing to move. This one has to move here, then this can move down, then that can move here. You know what I mean? Like, that's how it works. So let's just jump into the practice mode here so I can show you guys how it works after explaining it. Now, one key thing is I did flub up. So for those of you who saw the video I posted on this before this one that I had to take down, is I actually had the flour in the wrong spot compared to where the butter was. I had these swapped. So what was happening is the flour was going onto the mixer first, and then when it got backed up, it started making pies. So that's not a good time. So you do it like this. You have the flour mixing with the pot first, then mixing with the butter. It cooks. The milk is added. It mixes. Milk's added again. It mixes again. And then there you go. And then here, the way the lasagna works is it cycles. We're finally at the cooking stage. You'll see how this one cycles around. The way lasagna works is basically double everything. It's double bolognese, it's double sheet, it's double white. So it's kind of the same thing as if doing a bolognese for 2 spaghettis and doing a white sauce for 2 spaghettis, minus the cheese. It's the only thing that's kind of missing. You're not doing the cheesy part. And then you see how it cycles around. This one's going to grab that. It's going to get a pasta sheet and the first level. It's going to get pasta sheet and then the first, because it's basically 2 layers. Go around, you're going to get your last white sauce. This one's going to cook. This one's going to get the pasta sheet and the white sauce at the same time because this kind of combines onto this. It'll cook, cycle around the same one. So they go in batches. You'll get them in batches of 3. And as soon as this one hits, this will portion out. And then this one will portion 1, 2, it'll only portion 3. You'll see what happens. I'm just going to let this run one more second here. This is going to go here. It's going to portion here. Now, again, like I said, if you have this to portion or anywhere else, this would, the one where it's cooking right now, this would sit and burn. But you'll see what happens. As soon as it's done, it moves onto here, and then this is your empty spot, because a portioner will halt any action where there's a portionable action, if that makes sense. So there's nothing stopping this grabber from pushing it onto the danger hob except the portioning. The portioning action takes precedent over the grabber's pushing action, I guess you would say, which is actually a good thing. Alrighty, so there you go, guys. You can screenshot this or take notes if you like. But could this be made more compact? I mean, if you get rid of this type of stuff, yeah, you could save a whole row by just going up. You'd have whatever wide by 5, but we have it 6. But again, or sorry, this is only 5 wide or 5 tall. But I mean, again, is this feasible to do in a run? Absolutely not. Is it possible to do in a run? No. But is it possible to automate? The answer is yes. So I want to thank you guys for joining me. If you enjoyed the video, please sincerely leave me a like as well as a comment. We'd much appreciate it. And also check out my other automation videos. I have regular spaghetti with tomato sauce. I have spaghetti with the bolognese sauce. I have spaghetti with the cheesy white sauce, I guess, or just called the cheesy sauce. I'm not sure how they describe it, because you do have a white sauce underneath it. And then you also have the lasagna right here. All right, guys, hit the subscribe button, take the bell notification icon as always. Catch you guys next time.